First, before you chant Hare Krishna, you know what happens? It clears the way for all the offenses so that when you chant Hare Krishna, it takes effect. So we're going to chant
Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Prabhu Nityananda.
Prabhu Nityananda.
Very good. Sometimes, I don't know if you ever noticed, this is, I have to say this every year, but so but people say, Prabhu Nityananda. Have you ever heard that? You listen, you hear it all the time. But actually it's Nityananda, the accent on the first A. Of course, Krishna understands, but since we're here trying to please Krishna and Lord Chaitanya, and it's nice to say the name. So Prabhu Nityananda.
Prabhu Nityananda.
Very good. Prabhu Nityananda.
Prabhu Nityananda.
Jayadvaita.
Jayadvaita.
Gadadhar. Srivas Adi. Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. This is Lord Chaitanya. When Lord Chaitanya appeared, he came with all of his associates. So Lord Chaitanya, Nityananda, Advaita, Gadadhar, these are all people. And Srivas. Okay, so we'll chant this a few times. You all know it, mostly you know it, but I asked them to put it on the screen, but it looks like it won't happen, even though this is a very expensive gadget. We're not able to work it properly. Oh, is it on this side? Okay, good, very good. Well, we're praying to Lord Nityananda. Maybe it'll work out. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Okay.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Advaita Gadadhar Vrinda. Let's hear it.
Jaya Shri
That's very good. That's good.
Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare
Paramahamsa Parivrajacharya Ashtottara Sri Sriman's Divine Grace, Dixie Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada ki jai. Name Sekaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Vedadhar Shivashadi Gaur Bhakti ki jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopinath Shyam Kund Radha Kund Giri Govardhan ki jai. Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Navadvip Mayapur Dham ki jai. Ganga Devi, Jumna Devi, Tulsi Devi, Bhakti Devi ki jai. Gaur Premanande. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glory to Shri Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga Hari Hari Bol. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nityananda Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Vishatari. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 I picked a verse today from the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, which is an authorized biography of Lord Chaitanya, which includes, at the beginning, there are some verses glorifying Lord Chaitanya, and then after that, there are a number of verses describing and glorifying Lord Nityananda, and this is one of them. We'll just chant it a couple of times, because we don't have much time here today. But we'll just chant and repeat, and then we'll speak after that. Okay. Sankarshana Karanatoya Shayi.
Sankarshana Karanatoya Shayi.
Sankarshana Karanatoya Shayi.
Sankarshana Karanatoya Shayi.
Garbhodashayi Chapayodhishayi.
Garbhodashayi Chapayodhishayi.
Garbhodashayi Chapayodhishayi.
Garbhodashayi Chapayodhishayi.
Sheshascha yasyang sakala sanitya. Sheshascha yasyang sakala sanitya. Nandhakya Rama Sharanam Mamastu.
Nandhakya Rama Sharanam Mamastu.
Nandhakya Rama Sharanam Mamastu.
Nandhakya Rama Sharanam Mamastu.
Translation. May Sri Nityananda Ram be the object of my constant remembrance. Sankarshan, Sheshanag, and the Vishnus who lie on the Karana ocean, Garbha ocean, and ocean of milk are his plenary portions and the portions of his plenary portions. Om Argyana Timirandhasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Jina Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Shaparantikam. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivashri Gaur Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So today we're taking the opportunity. Thank you all for gathering here today on this auspicious anniversary of Lord Nityananda, the appearance anniversary of Lord Nityananda Prabhu, to talk about and hopefully to increase our insights, realizations, and appreciation of God, the Supreme Being, or Krishna. So this is really a very special opportunity that we have today, and because there's so many topics that we can divert and focus our attention on in society, and we do focus our attention. We talk about politics, economics, sports, fashion, health, etc. However, it's our interest to consider the question of where we can direct our attention and our conversation in such a way that we can be perfectly happy. You follow? Okay. Some may say that what do we need to talk about God for that? We are perfectly happy in our present situation with our house, family, cars, hobbies, occupation, bank balance, timeshare vacations, stock portfolio, etc. Nevertheless, Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita reminds us that try as we might, we cannot get the happiness we are searching for in this world through such makeshift arrangements because of the relentless and inescapable scourges of death, old age, disease, and rebirth. You follow? In the clear light of these harsh realities, our current sources of happiness will be exposed as what they are: stopgap and ephemeral. They're like sandcastles, which we may expend a great deal of effort to build very nicely, but undoubtedly they're swept away by the next channel. Or happiness in this world is described like a smoothie with sand in it. A smoothie with sand in it is a very nice taste, but you can't enjoy it because there's sand, right? That sand means the happiness in this world is limited and temporary. An animal kept in a pen in the stockyard is eating nicely, sleeping nicely, running and frolicking, having social interactions, thinking they're very happy, just like us, not even realizing that the hand of the butcher is coming very soon. That's like our happiness in this world. So we find ourselves all in this predicament, looking for enduring happiness, but ignorant to where to find it. That's where God comes in. Lord Krishna gives us revolutionary knowledge that we are not this temporary body and the physical body made of three elements, but we're eternal spiritual beings, and therefore all our attempts for lasting happiness through the senses of this temporary material body are doomed to fail. We are searching for perpetual happiness because we are eternal, but we're misguided about where to find it. Therefore, Lord Nityananda descended to this world to give us that guidance. You follow? Nitya means eternal, and Ananda means bliss. Yeah. So today, it's our opportunity for us to take steps towards being able to appreciate and experience unending bliss through the blessings and mercy of Lord Nityananda. Now, some say there is no God. And some say that God is just an impersonal energy. But according to Bhagavad Gita and the conclusion of Vedic literature, God is a person. Your parents were persons, and their parents were persons, and if you keep going back and back and back and back, the original person, that's God. Common sense. Therefore, Krishna is called Adi Purusham. So, in order for God to be the greatest, the Supreme must have all the qualities of the creation. So if you and I are persons, then he must also be a person. Otherwise, we would have more qualities than he. You follow? Okay. So he's a person, and we're persons, but he's something that's unlimited compared to our limited personality. Therefore, the Vedas say, Ishvara Param Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha. Ishvara. We're all trying to be Ishwaras, controllers in our small area, and we are. But there's beyond our Ishvara, there's another Ishvara, and another Ishvara, and the Ishvara of all Ishwaras, that's God. And his name is Krishna. Satchit Ananda Vigraha. He has form, but his form is not like your and our form. Our form is temporary, it gets old and gets decrepit, gets cancer. His form is eternal, Sat, Chit, full of knowledge, and Ananda, full of bliss. Yeah. Krishna says that also. Aham sarvasya prabhu in Bhagavad Gita. I am the source of everything. I am the source of everything. Nityo Nityanam Chaitanas Chaitananam. There's one supreme eternal, and we are all subordinate eternals. There's a difference between his personality and our personality. So, if Lord Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, what about Lord Nityananda? What about? That's what we're talking. That's the subject today, right? Well, it's very interesting. In that same Vedic literature, Lord Brahma says, talking about God, about Krishna, Advaitam, Achyutam, Anadim, Anantarupam. You know this one? Advaita, he's non-dual. Achyuta, never fall down. Advaita, Achyuti. Anadi, beginningless. Anantarupam, he has unlimited forms. Yes, unlimited forms. Very interesting, very interesting. Adyam, he's the original. Purana Purusham, the oldest person. Nayovanam cha, but always a fresh youth. This is God. This is God. So, according to this Vedic literature, Lord Krishna, the original person, the origin of everything, the source of all creation, can expand himself. And he does expand himself. His expansions are described as two categories. Maybe you know this. Swamsa. Have you heard this before? Or is this new stuff? Yes. Swamsa and Vibhinangsha. Swamsa means expansions of himself that are plenary, they're full, complete. And Vibhinangsha means separated expansions. For example, your arms, your legs are all part of you, your body, right? But say your fingernail or your hair, if you cut your hair, you're still okay. If you cut your throat, then it's a big problem, right? So the hair and the fingernails are your separated expansions, right? So Krishna expands himself in Swamsa and Vibhinangsha. The living entities, you and I, are separated expansions. Lord Nityananda is the first expansion of Krishna. Swamsa. Lord Brahma prayed in the beginning of Brahma Samhita. Sahasrapatram kamalam gokulakyam mahatpadam karnikam tadhama taranantam sasambhavam. He said, beyond this material world, in the spiritual sky, there's this beautiful lotus. And in this lotus, the supreme original entity is living there. That's his abode. That's Krishna, with his consort Radharani. And Krishna, he expanded himself first as Lord Balaram. Lord Balaram. And Lord Balaram that expands himself in various forms, the Chaturvyuha, then Narayan, then another Chaturvyuha, and then he expands himself as Mahavishnu. This is Vedic cosmology. There's a creation description in the Vedas. So this is so many different expansions are coming. Finally, in one quarter of the spiritual universe, one of the expansions of Balaram, nor Nityananda Ram, lies down in something called the Karana Ocean. And out of his breathing and his nostrils, all the universes are coming. See, we were talking. That's what this verse is about. So people say God is great, but we don't know how great God is. What is the biggest thing we can conceive of? Is the universe, right? Practically speaking. And universes, not just one, but universes are coming from the pores of his body and out of his nose. This is greatness. And that's not Lord Balaram. That's an expansion of an expansion of an expansion of Lord Balaram. This is amazing, right? This is amazing. Okay. So that same Balaram has now come to this universe as Lord Nityananda. Narottam Das Thakur, a very famous Vaishnava poet, says, maybe you know this, Brajendra Nandana Jay Sachi Sutta Holose, that son of Nanda Maharaj, king of Braja, he's now come as Lord Chaitanya. Balaram Hoilo Nitai, and Lord Balaram has come as Nityananda. Why did this master of all the universes, who is enjoying so many things in the spiritual sky, why would they come here to this earth planet? It's a question, right? It's the question. Krishna explains that in Bhagavad Gita very clearly. You know the verse. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyutanam dharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham. You know translation? Whenever and wherever there's a dharmasya glani, means irregularity or disruption in the religious practice, people are getting too much materialistic, like us, right? Abhyuta, and a rise of irreligion. Abhyutanam dharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham. I manifest myself. Paritranaya shadhunam vinashaya tuduskritam, to deliver those people who are spiritually inclined, and to destroy the miscreants, the demons. Dharma samsthapanarthaya, to reestablish religious principles. At that time I come. Krishna says like this. So he comes for these. He says he comes for these purposes. So. Is that why Lord Nityananda came? Well, you know there's 4 ages. You know this according to Vedic literature, there's Satya Yuga, then there's Treta Yuga, Dvapara Yuga, and the Kali Yuga. And in each of these ages, the method for spiritual realization differs somewhat. Yeah. Sometimes it's said that Krishna or God only appears as Tri Yuga avatar. Have you heard this before? In Srimad Bhagavatam, sometimes it's said that the Lord only appears in 3 ages. Satya, Treta, and Dvapara. Not in Kali Yuga. But there was a nice description, a debate between one Raj Pandit in Puri by the name of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya and one of Lord Chaitanya's followers. They were discussing this very topic. And Gopinath Acharya quoted from the same Vedic literature saying, yes, it's generally thought of that God only appears in 3 ages, but he does appear in this age, Kali Yuga, how? As a covered avatar. Covered. Just like most people, very many people, they're aware of Radha Krishna. Very few people are aware of Gaur Nitai, because he appears covered. He doesn't show his great, grandiose powers. He appears as a devotee to show people how to love God. This is very interesting. Just like a teacher, when the teacher tried to teach the students, they write on the board the alphabet. Did they do that in your school? Sure did. Their alphabet. Make sure you do it right. Pencil, calligraphy. Is the teacher learning to do the alphabet? Yes? Yeah, no. But they're showing. Or another example could be, when they want to sell you a product, a car, right? Say they want to sell a car. They get a celebrity to come and drive the car, right? And you think, oh, since this very important person is doing it, it must be good. So, the most important person in the universe comes to sell you and me the method to free ourselves from unhappiness and to revive our love of God. Din Kim Jata Chilo Harinam Udharilo Ta Shakti Jagai Madhai. So Krishna himself comes. Lord Nityananda himself comes just to give us the method of developing our love of God and to become happy. And so when Krishna comes, when God comes, he doesn't come all by himself. He comes with his people. Just like when the president goes to Europe or to, he brings all of his Secret Service guys there, remember? Yeah. So when Krishna comes, his father, Jagannath Mishra, Lord Chaitanya, his father, his preceptor, Ishwara Puri, comes before. Advaitacharya comes before. And his brother, Nityananda, Balaram, Nityananda, comes before him. Another name for Nityananda, in case you don't know, is short form is Nitai. Good. So previously, Lord Krishna killed demons. Lots of them. He from the very beginning. There was Putana, the witch that tried to poison him, and he did away with her. And there were so many, one after the other. And then at Kurukshetra, he did away with lots of demons also. But if in this age Krishna and Lord Nityananda came and they were going to kill all the demons, practically there would be nobody left. This is the problem. So, Din Hin Yachachilo Harinam Udharilo. Therefore, he didn't come with a chakra, a bow and arrow, a Komadaki club. He came with the Astra. The Astra means weapon of the holy names. He came with that weapon. And in that way, he kills the demonic mentality of you and I. And they still will do so. And it still works. That was 500 years ago, and it still works today. How? Harinamu Dharilo. If you and I regularly chant the names of God, our demonic consciousness will be changed. That is the method. So Lord Chaitanya was so much interested in this, that he sent his close associates out every day in the area to go door to door to people, and they would knock on the door and somebody would answer, and you know what they would do? They would take a straw in their mouth and bow at their feet and say, please, chant Krishna's name, worship Krishna, study, try to understand Krishna. Yeah. Radha Krishna bolo sange chalo e matra bhika chai. This is Bengali. Radha Krishna bolo, chant Radha Krishna. Sange chalo, come with us. And e matra bhika, that's the only alms we're begging. So they would go like that, door to door and asking, begging. This is that same personality who's this Balaram, Krishna, there. They're coming and begging us, please, chant Hare Krishna. And so they were doing that in Navadvip. And as they were doing it, there were two, Jagai Madhai. These guys were terrors. I mean, really, not just funny. They were terrors. They were killing, burning, raping, drunkard types. And they were well known in the area as terrible guys. They were born in Brahmin families. Very nice Brahmin. But they had, by bad association, they'd become very, very, very fallen. So when Nityananda and Haridas were out doing their services, their preaching, Lord Nityananda said, "Oh, if we can change the hearts of these people, then Lord Chaitanya will even be more glorified." So he wasn't thinking, "Oh, I'm worried about it," but he was ready to take a risk. Ready to take a risk to glorify Lord Chaitanya by delivering these two people. So anyway, he was encouraging them to chant the holy names. So one time it happened and they chased him. They chased Haridas Thakur. The second time he asked them again. And Madhai, one of the two brothers, big drunk rascals, they threw a pot and it hit Nityananda's head and began to bleed. So Lord Nityananda said, "It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that you've struck me. Please chant the holy names. Chant the names of Krishna." So Jagai, Madhai threw the pot. Jagai said, "Oh, don't do this. He saw this very nice personality, this forgiving mentality. He said, 'Don't do it again.'" Madhai was about to hit him again. In the meantime, some people went to get Lord Chaitanya, and Lord Chaitanya ran with his associates, and he took his chakra, which would immediately kill Jagai Madhai. But you know what happened? I think you know. Nityananda said, "No, don't do this. Your mission in this time is not to kill the demons, not to kill them, but to deliver them. And everybody's going to be like these people. So you must forgive them." Up to this time, Jagai Madhai, I don't know how it happened, but up to this time, Jagai Madhai hadn't offended any Vaishnavas. I don't know how that happened, but they had. That's what it says. So anyway, but they had hit Nityananda. So Lord Chaitanya said, "You must get the mercy of Lord Nityananda first." So Jagai Madhai, especially Madhai, he bowed down before Lord Nityananda and please forgive me. Please forgive me. Nityananda forgave him. And then Lord Chaitanya said, "I will forgive you only with this condition. You must not do any more sinful activities." Main four sinful activities: intoxication, meat eating, illicit sex, and gambling. Stop these activities. They were doing all those activities, but stop these activities and always chant the holy name of God. Then I will give you. Then I will forgive you. So they agreed. So you can compare it. You know, there's the sign of there's the cross, and Lord Jesus Christ on the cross. And when he was crucified, he said, what did he say? You know those Christian people background? "Forgive them, Father, they don't know what they're doing." So here we have Lord Nityananda, Lord Chaitanya, forgiving the offense, but also they're converting them into devotees. Jagai Madhai became great devotees by following Lord Chaitanya's instruction. So, in this way, Lord Nityananda is considered the original, you know this? The original guru. It's like sometimes you say, "All glories to Sri Guru Gauranga." The guru is Lord Nityananda. Why guru? He gives you spiritual strength. Baladev, bala means strength. Yeah. And in order to get out of this material world, to resist the temptations of material attachments, you'll need strength. Not physical strength, spiritual strength that you can get from Lord Balaram, who's Nityananda. So it's very interesting that all the devotees who gave information about Lord Chaitanya were devotees of Lord Nityananda. Did you know that? Did you know that? The first author of the biography of Lord Chaitanya is Vrindavan Das Thakur. He was a devotee of Lord Nityananda. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he was a follower of Lord Nityananda. Narottam Das Thakur, who wrote all these wonderful songs about Lord Chaitanya, he's the follower of Lord Nityananda. So how can we get the shelter of Lord Nityananda today? He delivers all those who fall before him. The bona fide spiritual master is the representative of Lord Nityananda. And in Bhagavad Gita, as it says, Tad vidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevya. If you want to understand the truth, you must accept and fall before the spiritual master. Lord Srila Prabhupada carried the message of Lord Nityananda unchanged to us today and gives us the opportunity to associate with Lord Nityananda and Lord Chaitanya. If we give up the four sinful activities and always chant the holy name of the Lord, and another thing, okay, just one more. And one other thing is, Hare Krishna. As Lord Chaitanya asked Lord Nityananda, go and meet Jagai and Madhai. Take that risk. Just like today, we went out on Sankirtan for a little brief period. Lord Chaitanya wants us to take the risk to introduce others to Krishna consciousness. That's what Srila Prabhupada did. He came to the United States and he introduced Krishna consciousness to us Jagai and Madhai people. So, that's how this Hare Krishna movement began. So we ask you to join with us to participate in this Sankirtan movement. You know that this was Nityananda's appearance day. In 1 month, there will be Gaur Purnima, which is a Wednesday, March 20th. So we're going to go out on Harinam Sankirtan on March 20th, Wednesday. So if you want to, take the day off. We're going to Center City. And on Friday, we're going to do another Harinam, 5:30, South Street. Put it on your calendar. So, thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So now we are going to do the Abhishek for Lord Gauranga and Lord. I request everyone to just move forward. Hold the
सच्चिदानंद राम की, गौरव महाप्रभु की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की।
हरे कृष्णा, हरे कृष्णा, कृष्णा कृष्णा, हरे हरे, हरे रामा, हरे रामा, राम राम, हरे हरे, नित्यानंद राम की। So please all sit down. We are now Sunday school children. We are going to perform bhajan in the glory of Lord Nityananda. Everyone please sit down. Take your seats.
आशीष प्रभु कनेक्ट और श्वेता माता जी, श्वेता माता श्वेता माता जी, can you connect Nadia Godru में? Prabhuji wants to sing.
Which one?
Nadia Godru में नित्यानंद महाजन.
Starts with Nadia.
Nadia Godru में.
Everyone please sit down. All children come forward. All the Sunday school children please come.
Are you?
Please sit down here in the front.
Are you? Radhika, are you chanting Nadia Godru में?
They are chanting Hari. Then these things chant Hari Bol Hari Bol.
Okay. माता जी पढ़ते जरा. She's putting Nadia Godru.
Nadia Godru.
Murli, can you change this? There's a QR code. Channel. For the thing. What is it? Change it to 4. Yeah. He changed it.
Did you change it?
Yeah, he got it.
Hare Krishna. So our next bhajan today will be Bol Hari Bol, and this bhajan is written by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So first I will read the translation and then we will sing the bhajan. Chant the name of Hari, O brothers, with blissful minds, chant the name of Hari. Chant the name of Hari, birth after birth, in happiness, chant the name of Hari. Chant the name of Hari, O brothers, you have obtained a human birth. Now chant the name of Hari. Chant the name of Hari. Whether you are in happiness or distress, chant the name of Hari. Chant the name of Hari, O brothers, whether in prosperity or misfortune, chant the name of Hari. Chant the name of Hari, whether live at home or in the forest, chant the name of Hari. Remaining in this material world for Krishna's purposes, chant the name of Hari. Chant the name of Hari, O brothers. Give up all association of non-devotees and chant the name of Hari. Chant the name of Hari. Falling at the feet of Vaishnavas, chant the name of Hari. Chant the name of Hari. Chant the names of Gauranga and Nityananda. Chant the names of Gaura and Gadadhar. Chant the names of Gaura and Advaita. Hare Krishna. Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Nityananda Rama ki. Thank you all for coming to this wonderful day, very auspicious day, wonderful festival, all inspired. We also want to thank all of you who are coming here and making this festival more special. Thank you all. So today's Prashadam feast is cooked by Revati and the team, so let's thank them. We have a special sponsor today, but they don't want to give their name, so they are anonymous today. But we have, as a Vaishnava, we should give our blessing to them for sponsoring today's feast. So let's chant one time Hare Krishna mantra for the sponsor. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Also, there is a special cake sponsored by Anil Kumar Prabhu. Is Anil Kumar Prabhu here? If you are here, please come. I have prasada for you. Okay, so let's chant Hare Krishna mantra for the Anil Kumar Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Also, we have other sponsorships available for the decoration and for other things. So if you would like to sponsor any other part of the festival, there is a table outside. Go and sign up. I'll give your name. Also, we would like to thank all the festival committee members who organized this very nice decoration you see on the altar here and on the outside. So, and Abhishek, the media and communication team, and all the other festivities. The team is Dheera Mataji, Anita Mataji, Vatsala Mataji, Nilambari Mataji, Sukhda Prabhu, Chaitanya Prabhu, and Kirtiraj Prabhu. So let's thank them. Hari Bol! Also, as you know, this the last week was the Valentine Flower Marathon, which was going in our temple, and a lot of devotees, they put a lot of efforts for the whole week. In the cold winter, they were going outside and distributing prasadam flowers, and there are a lot of they did a lot of hard work. So from our temple side, we are going to thank them. So all the congregation devotees and temple devotees who helped in the festival marathon. Special thanks to Ganpati Prabhu, Sudhir Prabhu, Lalit Krishna Prabhu, Sridhar Prabhu, Chatterjee Prabhu, and Jagnesh Prabhu, who took the lead in the role in this marathon. So let's thank them. Hare Krishna. Also, we would like to thank all the children who performed this wonderful bhajans on Lord Nityananda's appearance day. So let's thank them. As you know, like every year when we go for flower marathon, there are always a lot of flower left over. So we have a lot of prasadam flower left over outside. If you would like to get it, please get it. We have bouquets outside. Help us raising fund for the temple. So they are when you go towards prasadam hall, the bouquets are there. You can, while going back, you can buy it. They are all offered. So you can take it and you can decorate it at home, on your altar. So, and also, as you know, this is today's Nityananda Trayodashi, and Vishnu Prabhu mentioned the Gaur Purnima festival, which is on Wednesday, March 20th. So, especially like Lord Nityananda Prabhu's pastimes and Lord Gauranga Prabhu's pastimes, they are all given in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. And for this month, we have a special prizes for the Chaitanya Charitamrita set. They are outside, there is table there. Vishwambar Gauranga Prabhu is there, please raise your hand. You can go and contact him. We have different language books like English, some like Bengali and Hindi, so Gujarati. So if you would like to get Chaitanya Charitamrita set, just contact Vishwambar Gauranga Prabhu. Also, like on Saturday, February 23rd, we are going to celebrate Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur's appearance day. So reminder for the weekly programs: Tuesday evening, Mahabharata class at 7 o'clock given by Kirtiraj Prabhu, and Wednesday the Kirtans, and Thursday the study of Srila Prabhu Lilamrits. Now we are going to break for dinner. Dinner will be served in the Prasadam hall. Please do not bring Prasadam here. We are going to come back for another round of Aarti, and during that time Aarti, make sure if you want to offer the aarti plates, there are aarti plates outside on the table. Please get your aarti plates and then you can offer the aarti to the Lord. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.